going to solve the problems. He is a big problem, don't get me wrong, I agree with you there. But that's not going to solve it. When the Anti-Terrorism Act was brought in the first time, after 9/11, we said it would be bad, and it turned out it wasn't as bad as we thought, but it was still bad. We've seen people deported based on nothing. We've seen increased detentions of immigrants and refugees. We've seen drummed up fears of Islam and Muslims and Arabs and people with brown skin. We've seen increased surveillance of citizens and non-citizens, and groups ranging from the Raging Grannies to Greenpeace to Indigenous rights activists labeled as possible threats to the Canadian state. I think everybody here, we should be proud to be a threat to the Canadian state today. That's basically what this is. And finally, I'm going to say, like, this is history, right? We've seen this before. We saw it in the 60s and 70s with the RCMP and their dirty tricks. They're spying on Canadian citizens in Quebec and in the rest of Canada. They're planting up bombs. They're fostering up plots in order to crack down on dissent. And it's happening again. And I hate the boiling frog analogy, that analogy that people use to say, you know, if you don't notice the change and it's incremental, eventually you boil to death like a frog in a pot. Yeah. But it's actually really apt now. And I just want to invite everybody here to jump out of the pot. And actually, to jump.